recently, it's been a gun in the last 2 years. I'll give Fiona a talk about this. We've had a man from an Aleister Crowley network involved with Thelema has been attacking Fiona because she's the owner of the Love for Life website. His fee, I'll get Fiona to talk about it because she's been hit with a $10,000 fine for defamation. And we know it's a tax to us, it's a tax on us because of the work we do on the freedom work. And even though it appears that this man claims defamation, we're going to put that up. The link to the affidavits, you can actually read and you can see the insights into what we're doing and the link to the other article that we're writing, which will become the e-book of our final work. But his fee, she'll give you a quick explanation of, because we get people writing to us saying that why are we caught up in this and why are you not concentrating on the freedom work and, why are we, selling out and all this sort of stuff. And we're just going to point out that we don't. When you actually go down the real road and you do the real work and you're putting it in the public domain and you're out there to influence people, you're going to get that kind of heat, that kind of attention.
Yeah, and it's not really that I want to spend my time going to court because I'd much rather be doing other far more useful things here. But when you're being attacked for that sort of thing, then basically I have to respond because I don't have $10,000 to pay. So that's the reason I've been responding to it, because there was a comment posted on the Love for Life website about this man, and I did remove it when I was asked to do so. So the only problem was he then went ahead and asked for $10,000 damages, even though the comment was only up for like a few weeks.
Yeah, the comment was, just point out, the comment was posted by someone else.
Yeah, well, I didn't write the comment, nor did Arthur. We didn't post the comment either.
And the website wasn't moderated at that time. And even though over the years we've been inundated by people writing to us about pedophilia and sexual abuse that's happened to their children and naming names of many types of people, we try to avoid getting embroiled in all this as much as possible, because we did this work because we wanted to comprehend what the system was and who are these people behind it, and why is it that we don't have community immunity, and why is it that we are sent, no matter how much everyone talks about freedom and truth, and all through the generations, every generation is dreaming for peace, dreaming for love. It's the tendency of the goodness of our hearts of man, and yet we never seem to break away from this problem. And this is where we did all the Love for Life work, and because we're pushing it into mainstream and really pushing it hard, they don't like it because the truth's coming out. And we
really want to show people, continue being an example as much as we can with all the compromises that we still have, that all we have to do is work together to stop using all their services, stop accepting their benefits, stop accepting their privileges, and gradually withdraw peacefully, non-violently from their system, because their system only functions while we are part of it. If all of us walk away, they've got nothing. Their power is all illusory, it's all in the system. So, however, because I still am in the system, still contracted to the name,
still compromised,
I am having to respond to this $10,000 fine, basically because I just don't have $10,000 to pay the man. I went to the Supreme Court asking for appeal. I was given one, but then the judge decided to just send it back to ACAT, which is the Civil and Administrative Tribunal
in Canberra.
So it went back there. That was before Christmas. Now then, the judgment for that didn't come out till February. So again, I've been given the fine, and so I'm just currently filing papers in the Supreme Court again to do the appeal. And again, we talk a lot about greed and selfishness in our work. The irony of the whole thing is that had the comment was taken down, had there not been this push for $10,000, there would have been no dramas. The whole thing would have finished, and everyone would have been getting on with their lives. But that's the situation we're in at the moment.
Look, as far as this man's concerned, it is a blatant attack on us and the work we do and the insights we share. It is used to intimidate, to threaten, to try to use inculcation tactics, which is all trauma-based, and you can read up on that. I'll put you the links for that. And the goal is, see, for us, when you're breaking away from the system, you have to break away from the satanic networks of those Freemasons who have created the system, because they brought this fishbowl with them on their ships when they arrived in all these lands. And this education system, and the ABC 1, 2, 3 that comes out of it and everything else with it, is inculcation and is what's trapped us all and made a mess of us. So if you're interested in freedom, if you're interested in taking full responsibility for your life, you need to get into our work and fully comprehend what is really going on. because this is the state of we're in. We're not victims to this. We know that what's happening to us comes with the territory, and we don't act as victims. But without community immunity, without the support and the continued support, the work that we're doing can't happen, and the real freedom work, the real one, will be diminished further and further, and the options will be diminished. So we ask you, the listeners, the readers, those of you who have been seeing our work for years, those who are new to all this work, if you want to help, then get into it, because we live for this real freedom system, because we have to create a precedence and break the back of the system of this Masonic networks so that kingdoms can flourish everywhere and no one needs to be enslaved to the system anymore. This is what is our intention, what our motive is. This is why we do this work. Just so you know, if you're new to us, we had our family home stolen from us through corruption inside Macquarie Bank. And that corruption was not protected. The fraud was incontrovertible. Contracts made up out of nowhere. And everything we worked for, everything we built up, bar our household furniture and old cars, was stolen from us. We went from being business people, being responsible for our lives, to being forced to destitution and poverty. And there we were. And there was no community immunity. And it left us in a situation where we were lambs to the slaughter, and everyone was too busy and distracted worrying about their own survivals and their own football and porno and whatever, fashion, you name it. It doesn't matter what the interests are. We are so broken down. So we did this Love for Life work to make sense of this. How did we get into a mess like this? Because the real reality is that harm to you is harm to us. What happens to us it will happen to you and your families too. We, through the community immunity, you do not want to have any disease in your body anywhere. To accept one little part of your body with disease is to accept a little bit of black amongst pure white. We have to eliminate all black, so all pure white remains. This cannot be thought out. You have to live it and walk the talk. You have to do the dirty work, and this is what we do. So for those of you who are complaining about us and why we're selling out, we're not selling out. We're actually doing the real work, and you need to get your head around it. So read the articles, comprehend it if you want to.
I do recognise that going and fighting them in their courts is not what's going to bring freedom, because that's what we've talked about a long time. The freedom comes when we just walk away from all that.
In large numbers.
In large numbers.
As a mass exodus. Yeah.
And we do it by not needing their services anymore. We're not needing them.
We do it by the manpower.
The reason I'm fighting this is basically to protect my family from people trying to come in and take stuff and take get $10,000 out of me.
They want to come into this home and they want to steal furniture. Maybe.
But my goal is to deal with this matter and then get back to what we're doing here. As much
so
as
Fee's
possible.
got till March the 8th because the magistrate's court she's already received a letter threatening to send sheriffs here and all this sort of stuff. Fiona's in the Supreme Court fighting for an appeal. I mean, you got to literally beg to get an appeal. We're not wanting to use the free man sovereignty stuff and all that, because that's still in the system. It's not a remedy. What we need to do is to use our hearts and confront the lies and the lie and help these people who are trapped in the Masonic world, who act as in the law, who act in the systems of politics and prick their conscience, because if we don't prick their conscience, they turn a blind eye to everything. So we have a bigger issue that we're contending with here, and that is what we have to fix. So this, from Bear to Abundance videos, part 1, part 2, part 3, and part 4 coming in the near future, and all the other videos we put up on the Arthur Love for Life YouTube channel, all the insight work and debates we've done through Facebook and elsewhere that are posted in the Love for Life website, is to make sense of this nightmare and to provide a clear direction that doesn't require belief, faith and associated opinion. It just requires responsibility to stop projecting the ego and all the trauma that comes with it, so we're not broken down individuals in this fishbowl.
And it's very simple. Basically, we can all do it. We can all start growing food, getting together, putting food in the streets, putting food outside, sharing the food we grow. That's not difficult. You don't need any particular skills or expertise or anything. Everybody's capable of doing that, and that's how we start. Start growing the food so we don't have to go to their shops anymore. Start looking after each other so we don't have to go to them to be looked after. That's how we start.
Yeah, we'll put up a couple more videos very shortly that go more deeper into the final of this insight work. Yeah, that's it really. All the best.
Bye.
Bye.
trapped within our world, watching dreams without blue skies floating by. Why are the grey clouds forming overhead? Forming overhead. I'm trying to breathe, I'm following the path mapped out from the start. Why do my dreams keep moving out of sight? Moving out of sight. Sunshine that I seek shines faintly through the smoke. Layers of fantasy, images that blind us to our lives, blind us to our lives. And I'm trying to see, I'm juggling with my things, I'm struggling with the cold. And I'm spinning in a vortex of burning wells, of burning wells. Ooh, and my head's on fire. Oh, where's the love inside my heart to save the ocean when we save our lives. We'll save the children, we'll save the old ones, we'll save our earth when we save our lives by doing no We're living for the love that lights up in our hearts. We're living for the dream of a world of do no harm. We're living for our kin, our tribe of conscious men. We're living for the truth, no more waiting for savior.